The power play.
Phenomena.
For the win. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
I got here. Phenomena.
Good for Cruz, and he spins up and into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's a power play goal.
And yes, this is indeed the Power Play Sports Talk show on this Wednesday night, July the 5th, 2017. We are back and
We're
better
back.
than ever, live on YouTube, Facebook, and other places. I don't even know yet. We're working on everything. I am Howard.
I'm Anthony.
I am
Boys.
Jared.
Boys.
We got
Anybody?
Jared joining the show with us. What's going on, everybody? It's been
Hello?
what?
Boys?
Yeah,
We are
can you
here,
hear me?
Howard.
Why is everything already all messed up? Really? Great.
Listen, it wouldn't be the Power Play Sports Talk show.
Anthony, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, no, I
hear you
can't
just
hear
fine.
anything you guys are saying.
It's Howard again.
Oh, there we go. I had
You
Oh.
muted us. You
I
did.
muted you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Producing skills at its finest.
Producing at its finest. Okay, so yeah. Here you go, boys. We're back. I'm Howard. The guy who doesn't know how to produce.
It's been what, 6 months?
6? No, 4 months. No,
April.
less than 4. It was April. April was our last show.
It's been too long.
Yes, it has. So, what's up, boys?
What's up?
Did we
Nothing
forget how
to
to
talk
do
about.
radio? Is that what?
Everybody's silent
Hey, you guys are the vets. I'm the new guy. I'm going to leave this up to you.
now.
Well, it's kind of funny what facilitated this whole thing, because it ended up being the firing of Phil Jackson as the New York Knicks president of basketball operations, and I think I made a joke about that on the last show. Like, we'll come back when Phil Jackson gets fired, and
All right, Anthony's got a bad connection.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to start the show off with like Swaggy P joining the Warriors, right? Isn't that the headline of today?
I would think so. You know, not
Sure.
I mean, there's not a better headline than that.
No, there isn't. And then you're gonna look at now. He's gonna look to win a championship now in Golden State, and you got people. You know, you got the Laker fans up in arms. Probably, you know, our former partner there, Brian, probably be like, "Oh, thank God he's gone."
Ring
Yeah.
chasing. Can't blame him.
everybody goes ring chasing. Everybody
Why not?
work for Durant.
That it did.
P. You can't do much better than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, NBA free agency so far has been pretty nuts. You get Gordon Hayward signing with the Boston Celtics. And what was that, yesterday? I think that was announced, because he put something up on the Players Tribune thanking Utah and how great Utah was and why he's going to the Celtics. And yeah, so Gordon Hayward to the Celtics that's a power move by the Celtics in the East, no doubt about it.
Well, now they're looking to shop Smart and
Yeah,
Avery Bradley. I think they're looking to shop because he's a free agent next year, and they're not going to be able to afford to keep him
right.
after this year.
I would take either of those guys in a package for Melo.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Jay
Yeah.
Crowder.
Well,
Huh.
yeah, be any one
Sure.
of those guys, but
Yeah.
you know, I would do it for sure. I would do it for sure. But that's not really up to us. It's up to whoever the football operations is going to be for the Knicks, because Phil Jackson was fired, and you know, it was the three of us in our in our group text, and we were just bullshitting about stuff. I said to Howard, God damn it, like, it was Wednesday. It was last Wednesday or 2 Wednesdays ago, whatever it was. I know it was a Wednesday. And I said to Howard, like, fuck, I really wish we had a radio show tomorrow because we just have so much shit to talk about. And that's kind of how this all, built up pretty much.
It reignited the flame that we had, because I was itching to talk some sports, because I haven't done really much since the move here to Connecticut, and
right,
haven't been able to do much of the Sunday shoot. Did one when I came out to see little Benjamin Chester.
Yes.
So I've been
he made a quick appearance in the live stream before.
Oh yeah, the one that we weren't broadcasting that, but and you talk about the Knicks and the firing of Phil Jackson and all these swirling trade rumors, not taking Malik Monk in the draft and taking the how do you say his name?
Ntilikina.
Ntilikina. I mean, I don't even know. The Knicks are just. The run like the Knicks. That's just it.
Well, yeah, you should be. But the thing was, and I said this on like the Facebook video or whatever I made. The timing of it was just awful because you just had the draft. You just had Phil draft this guy as a fit for the triangle. That's all you heard when they drafted Ntilikina. It's like, why are they drafting this kid? Oh, he's a great fit for the triangle, right? A week later, they're booting Phil Jackson out the door, and the triangle offense goes with him. So if the kid is a bust, I think that's why, to be honest. But, I mean, I think he has a diverse enough skill set that he could be a productive NBA player without the triangle.
But let me ask you this question, Anthony, since you are resident Knicks expert here, and we've seen you, people who have seen the power play, have listened to the power play before, the sensational rant you went on Kristaps Porzingis after he was drafted.
Yeah.
What if now? I know this is way out there. If this French kid, because I still can't say his freaking name, it's going to take me a while to learn how to.
French kid works.
French kid works for me. That's fine.
What if him and Porzingis, and let's say they trade Melo wherever, let's say, or they buy him out, they get rid of him. And then they start building something, and then they get to an NBA championship, an NBA finals. Not winning the championship. I'm not saying that.
Whoa.
I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but I'm just saying, what if these two are the cornerstone of a team that goes to the NBA finals?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of praise would you give Phil Jackson then?
None. He could still go fuck himself. What are you kidding me?
Bro?
He traded away every single good player we had. He traded away Iman Shumpert for nothing. He traded away Tyson Chandler on an expiring contract for nothing. He traded away J.R., who a lot of people want to trade it, but they still should have gotten some sort of value for nothing. Phil Jackson was a miserable executive, and the only reason that we got Porzingis was because we tanked an entire year, because we won 17 games, and somehow we still got screwed in the draft lottery, ending up at 4. Now, it ended up as a blessing in disguise because we got Porzingis, but still, I give him credit for making the picks, sure, but as an executive, one of the worst executives I've ever seen in my time as a sports fan.
Okay. I don't even know what else to say.
Well, I guess this happened about an hour and a half ago. I guess the Knicks reached out to Rondo.
Yeah, I think they needed to. They do need some sort of a veteran point guard to kind of take the reins as a starter, because I don't think Ntilikina is going to start. So I think they do need some sort of veteran point guard, like a 1-year stopgap to come in. I think they got to do it smarter than they did it with Porzingis, because they went out and they signed Noah. And that's the other thing Phil Jackson did. In all his infinite fucking wisdom, he went out and signed Joakim Noah to a 4-year, $72 million contract. When it looked like last year, it was like, okay, you know what? It might be time to move Porzingis to the 5 and start playing him at the 5, and they couldn't do it because they had Joakim Noah. So I think, if they're going to look at Rondo, it's got to be on a year, maybe even. I mean, I wouldn't even go 2 years with Rondo, but I think it has to be on a year-to-year basis with him, so he can start and Ntilikina can kind of follow off the bench. So that's pretty much the game plan. I was hoping for that with George Hill. I would have liked George Hill. Jeff Teague as well, but Teague was a bit lofty for the Knicks. Other than that, you can go down the list of all the star point guards, Drew Holiday, Kyle Lowry, guys like that, but now even Derrick Rose looks like he might be out of reach for the Knicks, which is fine. He's another one that can walk right out the door with Phil.
All right.
But other than that, NBA free agency's been pretty fucking wild.
Bananas.
What is Anthony? What's your most surprising move?
Oh, Paul George to OKC, easily, because that is a 1-year win now move. That's okay. Russell Westbrook is playing on in another level right now. He's on LeBron's level right now. Russell Westbrook, so something. And Paul George is basically on 1-year deal. He's more than likely going to play for the Lakers next year. So I guess the whole thought process is if we get them together and they win a championship together, then maybe they'll want to stay.
He's not basically on a 1-year deal. It is a 1-year deal, right? All they did was absorb his contract.
Right. He had a 1-year. I believe he had a 1-year option for this year.
Yeah.
And he opted in, but when he did, he said, "Listen, I'm opting in this year. I'm not declining the option. I don't want an extension. I'm leaving after next year."
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of basically what put the wheels in motion to have to trade him. Pretty much. So yeah, it's basically a 1-year OKC is going for it type of move. They also signed Patrick Peterson from Toronto, which could be an under the radar, very, very good move for them. So, they're building something, and Minnesota is building something as well, for sure.
Absolutely,
they signed Jeff Teague. They still have Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins.
Traded for Jimmy Butler.
They traded for Jimmy Butler, which was, just a steal of a deal. To give away Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn for Jimmy Butler is incredible. So yeah, they're making moves. Houston as well. I don't know how great it's going to work out with CP3 and Harden, but I guess we're going to find out.
Maybe Carmelo.
Maybe because supposedly him and D'Antoni have patched things up, and
Really? Wow.
Yeah, if a deal could be reached, D'Antoni said bring him in. I've said all along I would do Ryan Anderson for Carmelo Anthony. I would do that.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
I would. Because you got to get something.
Wow.
That's where you're at right now. The whole reason, I think, and a lot of people think, that Jackson was even let go was because he went to Dolan with the idea of buying out Melo, and Dolan was like, "Fuck you! You fired 3 coaches already. You're not running my best player out of town to go play for another." Because if they buy him out, he's getting paid, so he can say, "Oh yeah, I want to go play with LeBron for the fucking league minimum," because he's already getting his salary from the Knicks, so the money doesn't matter. It's literally just like a bonus. So that's exactly what he would have done. He would have did that with he would have done that with Cleveland, or he would have did that with Houston, one of the two. So listen, if you're dead set on getting rid of the guy, then you may as well get something. And supposedly that's what Houston offered, and the Knicks shot it down, which I don't think is very smart. But
was it
because obviously Melo's got no value?
Was it Phil that shot it down, or was it?
Oh no! It was definitely like Steve Mills. This was after Phil was fired, because all the team they stopped negotiating with the Knicks for Melo because everybody knew that Phil was trying to buy him out. So they were like, "Why am I going to trade an asset when I can just wait for Phil to buy this guy out and he becomes a free agent and I could just sign him for nothing?" So
I don't think it was my most surprising move, but I thought the questioning contract was the Redick, 1 year, 23?
Yeah.
To Philly. I understand it. I mean, and like I think we talked about this off the air, that if you're
Mhm.
going to make a run in the East, now's the time to do it. Well, that was before Gordon Hayward signed with the Celtics too.
Also true.
But I mean, if the Sixers want to run at the Cavs, Redick is a solid piece. That team is no joke. And I mean, I just saw a report that they're looking at teams are looking at Nerlens Noel,
Mhm.
but still, that's not a team you can sleep on either.
I mean, well, Noel is a free agent, so he's an unrestricted free agent with Dallas. They traded Nerlens Noel
Okay.
like halfway through the year last year, and yeah, the Sixers are pretty interesting. I mean, it really all depends how that youth develops, because Ben Simmons didn't even get to play last year. Joel Embiid, when he did play, he was very impressive, and people got to see like a glimpse of why Philadelphia is so high on the kid. But again, his ugly injury history, kind of
Mhm.
resurfaced last year when he was really taken off, and it looked like he might be rookie of the year. He got hurt again and basically missed the rest of the year. So him and Ben Simmons, it's all about health. And you've seen good things from Markelle Fultz in the summer league. He had one chase down block that was like a big highlight on ESPN from like the Vegas summer league. But other than that, I mean, yeah, you bring in Redick and you see what happens. I mean, I don't really see them as a win now team, but it is true that the East is significantly weaker. I mean, they lose Paul George, they lose Jimmy Butler. It's almost like it's the LeBron Invitational at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the Cavaliers haven't done anything at all yet, which is a bit surprising because I thought they'd be panicking around. But I mean, maybe they're just facing facts now that
They re-signed
they're
Richard
not gonna-
Jefferson. What are you talking about?
that was totally a
Kyle Korver.
LeBron move. Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves those.
Korver.
He loves those
Korver, too.
vets. Yeah, they did re-sign Korver. I saw that as well. But
Other than that,
yeah.
I don't think they did do anything.
I mean, you take Paul George and Jimmy Butler out of LeBron's division and you put them in the West, and it's like, really? Do the Cavs even need to play next year to win?
That's why it's just so hard for me to get into the NBA when I could tell you right now the Cavs are going to win the East.
Right.
The Warriors are probably going to win.
Wait, I don't know about that.
I would pause on winning the East, but are they going to be in the finals? Yes, I think so.
All right, so it's going to be them and Boston in the finals. How about that? Is that safe to say?
In the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's unfair at all. No.
All right.
Yeah, no. But as far as as far as the West, I don't see anybody that's even gotten better than Golden State. So,
Yeah.
It's the same thing, I think. It's LeBron and the Cavs. It's the Golden State Warriors and their big four. And now that, they add Nick Young, who's a guy who can shoot off the bench. Someone else, too. Oh, they added Almir Caspi, who could be, he's just a solid player, really. And in a system like they run, I think he's actually going to be a really good player. But yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason. They re-signed Andre Iguodala, which is, to me, the biggest move that they can make, because I thought if they lost Iguodala, then they would definitely take a step back, without a doubt. But Iguodala did look a little older in the finals this year. He wasn't guarding guys as well as he was, the past 2 years where he was that weapon on the bench. But he's still important to that team, and it was big to bring him back.
But
So,
that's
Golden
what I'm
State,
saying. So we're sitting here, and all right, so maybe the Celtics have a chance at the Cavs. Maybe a handful of teams, probably not, have a chance at the Warriors. But you can't tell me convincingly that it's not going to be those two teams in the finals again. And I'm sorry, that doesn't make for good sports. I don't want to see another. We did this with football with the Cowboys and the Bills. And granted, that was only twice, and that got boring quick. This is going to be 4 straight years. It can't be good for the NBA. This whole thing with the super teams and these ridiculous contracts are just insane. It's hard for a new fan to get into the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're just losing existing fans.
Well, no, they're definitely doing that, but I think the money thing to me is fine because there really aren't many sports like the MLB and the NBA where the players get to make as much as the owners. You know what I mean? Like they really spread the money around, and the NBA have had like just an enormous influx of money over the past few years, and to see it go into the players, I think is the right way to go about it. Now, is Gordon Hayward a $32 million a year player? No, probably not. Who was the other enormous contract I saw? I saw that the Nets offered Otto Porter $26 million a year.
That's insane.
I hope. Well, he did sign it. It's up to the Wizards to match it.
Yeah.
And
the reports that I've been reading is that the Wizards are going to match it, which is just freaking insane.
Insanity. I saw that report with somebody else. I think it was. I want to say it was the Kings that were going to offer him that, and I was like, "That's insanity." The Wizards should let him leave for that amount of money. Because the thing that always happens with these restricted contracts is, in like a year and a half, the Wizards are going to be shopping him because they can't fucking afford him.
Mm-hmm.
It always happens. It always happens with these restricted contracts. That's why all these Knicks fans that get on Carmelo Anthony for Jeremy Lin leaving is like, dude, you must forget what Jeremy Lin made on a restricted contract the following offseason. People really forget. And they want to bitch about Jeremy Lin. I think he had a final year of like $18 million or something like that. It was called a poison pill they put in his contract. It was a third final year of his deal, and it was like all money backloaded. So he would make like 12, and then like 20 or something like that. And for Jeremy Lin, I mean, that's insane. And the Rockets ended up having to trade him anyway. They ended up having to send him to LA with a first round pick to get rid of him.
Yeah, because he wasn't good, and then now the Nets are paying him all this freaking money because if they don't pay somebody, they're gonna have to pay it anyway because you got to meet.
No, he was a free agent, Jeremy Lin. They signed him to their own deal.
Oh no, they're giving him like $10-12 million a year.
Well, that's fair for Jeremy Lin, not fucking $20 million. What he was making in like the third year of his deal with that Rocket deal that he signed to go back to Houston.
$12 million a year for Jeremy Lin. Jeez.
Yeah.
Otto Porter doesn't deserve $26 million a year, but he's gonna get it no matter what.
Well, the thing you could say about Otto Porter is you're jumping in very early with a talented young player.
Yes.
So it's very risk reward.
Yes.
The reward is you could be getting one of the best young players in the NBA that he just doesn't turn out to be as good as he should.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I definitely agree, and I like the direction that Sean Marks and the Nets are going, trying to get young players and develop them under the system that Kenny Atkinson and Sean Marks have instituted. Because, listen, when you should have had the number 1 overall pick, but because Billy King just fucked him up the ass, as we have said many times on this show, you got to do what you got to do, you know. And they go out and they made a decent draft pick. They're going out there trying to get Otto Porter. Who knows if they're going to get him? But you're right. He's what, 26 years old, 25 years.
He might be even younger. No, actually, that sounds about right.
I think I saw
he was a 3rd overall pick in the Wiggins draft, I believe. So that was 2012, I think.
He is how long ago?
Yeah, he's been in the league for 4. So, you know, it's almost like what the Giants did with Olivier Vernon. You know, it's like he has that, but we're going to pay him for what we think his ceiling is going to be. You know,
potential.
Yeah, exactly. They're paying him on potential, which is dangerous because, you know, he might not reach that potential, and you might end up having a $26 million albatross.
It wouldn't be the first.
But I think. No, it wouldn't be the first time anybody. But I think the Wizards are going to end up getting stuck with that, to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to let him just walk away. I really don't. But I guarantee in a year and a half or so, they are going to be trying to deal him because he's taking up too much cap space. So I think that's pretty much it for NBA free agency. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. The Clippers have really been kind of torn apart.
Shit.
That's another team in the West that goes bye-bye. Between Griffin did resign, but Chris Paul's gone, JJ Redick's gone, Jamal Crawford they traded for Danilo Gallinari, and he's about to become a free agent. Trying to think what else. I think that about covers NBA free agency, to be honest. Cole get his fucking teeth kicked in.
You still sticking to your theory that the Clippers are going to be the super team next year when LeBron opts out? And
No. That's gone. With Chris Paul, that's gone. That's gone. Yeah.
Sure.
I honestly, you're gonna think I'm insane, but I think there's a better chance of it with the Knicks than the Clippers.
Oh boy, here we go with this again. Nostra Anthony, it's not Nostradamus. Nostra Anthony. That first of all, he called LeBron going back to the Cavs, and maybe
I did.
Bleacher Report writer eat his own words, which he never really wanted to admit anyway.
Nope.
And now he's come up with this again. You mentioned this. It had to be last year or something, that the possibility of LeBron going to the Knicks.
Yeah. Well, it's out there that they're trying to hire David Griffin as the president of basketball operations. That was LeBron's guy in Cleveland. It all depends on if Melo's there. That's what I think. If Melo's not there and they trade away Melo, then forget it. But the way I see it is LeBron can't go to the West. I don't care if he brings Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade with him. He's not going to beat He's not going to beat the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So what LeBron is really hanging his legacy on the past few years is that he's in the finals every year. You know what I mean? He will never get to the finals again if he goes to the West. It won't happen. There's not a team in the West outside of maybe him going to like Minnesota and Karl Anthony Towns develops into this fucking animal, you know? Like the possibility of him ever getting past the Warriors ever again, to me, is very, very slim.
Houston?
So I think he has to stay in the East. I really do. Now, I don't know if that means staying with the Cavs and trying to bring Melo, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade there, which I guess could be a possibility, but they have Kyrie under contract and they have Love under contract, even though they're trying to trade him. So I don't know the other team in the East that you could do that, you know? I just don't. There really is no other team in the East that's just like up for – I mean, maybe Miami. Maybe he'll go back to Miami. It's – you know, I don't know because Dwayne Wade and Riley left off on bad circumstances, but I maybe he'll go back to Miami with those three, you know? I don't know. I really don't know. But he's probably not sticking around in Cleveland because I think wherever he wants to go, he wants to be comfortable. And he doesn't want to have the scrutiny of the small town and you're the only savior for this town and this and this and that.
What about Boston?
I don't think he can orchestrate that in Boston, to be honest with you.
What does he have to orchestrate, though? If he goes into that system already? If he goes into a team that already has IT and
are you saying the way the team is currently constructed?
Exactly. And he just walks in.
I mean, that's a possibility, sure. But I guess it's a possibility. But I'm basically looking at it from a perspective of Carmelo Anthony will more than likely be a free agent next year.
Sure.
Because whoever he gets bought out by, he's going to sign a 1-year deal, and then he's going to be a free agent again. LeBron will be a free agent next year. Chris Paul will be a free agent next year because they basically did an opt-in for Chris Paul. He opted into his deal with the Clippers, and then they traded him to Houston. So he's really only on a 1-year deal with Houston. He's going to be a free agent again next year. And then Dwayne Wade is I think he's on a 1-year deal right now. I think he had like a $23 million option that he picked up.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a free agent. So the four of them are going to be free agents together. they can work. I'm sure the four of them have made enough money in their careers that they don't have to worry about getting max contracts.
Sure.
And I just don't know what team in the East they can orchestrate that with. They could definitely do it with, they could definitely do it with the Lakers in LA. They could definitely do it with the Clippers more than likely, but I don't think Chris Paul is going to go back there, and I don't think LeBron even wants to go to the Clippers. So who knows? Maybe they'll all go play for Golden State, and then we don't have to play.
And we don't have to watch the NBA anymore.
No, we don't even have to watch the sport anymore. It's just they just give them the trophy every year. It's like the Monstars and the Toon Squad just come together. And
When are they making the second one of that?
I have no idea, and I will not watch it.
Who's taking MJ's space in that? Is it going to be Blake Griffin? No, it's not.
It's LeBron.
Is that final? Oh, I thought it was going to be like Blake Griffin. Griffin, I'd watch.
Sure, why not? Because that would be kind of stupid, but
Yeah, well, the first one was kind of stupid. If you go and rewatch it again as a 30-year-old.
Oh yeah, it's very, very stupid. My favorite line in that movie though is when Jordan's at bat and they're like doing like an ESPN clip of him at the plate, and they're like, "Baseball bat, get this guy a tennis racket."
So horribly written. So horribly written.
Yeah. Howard, I lost a visual of you for some reason. It just shows power play.
I see him. Unfortunately,
Really?
I see him. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
We need to get Anthony a computer.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I'm doing
Need
this
to
on my
go
cell
fund me.
phone.
All right, go for
I mean,
it.
I have a shitty laptop.
I have an extra computer here.
Oh yeah, you want to bring it to me?
Maybe. I need to come back to Brooklyn for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
So
but my
yeah,
BOA roots. My BOA roots.
Just
So,
you got a couple more minutes until my father starts to listen in, and he could get in on you with the whole BOA and how you abandoned them.
I did not abandon them.
Where do you live?
Doesn't matter where I live.
Answer the question.
Motherfuckers.
I'm just saying. Roe accepted hers. She moved.
Oh, that's her choice. Wait.
No, it was not her choice. It was not her choice. She put up an argument.
Well, the BOA is different. All right. I helped create the BOA, so I have a say in.
Good for you.
Brian doesn't live in Brooklyn, and
You're the
Brian.
first one to leave.
Hold on a second. Wait. Brian doesn't live in Brooklyn, and it's a Brooklyn Owners Alliance.
Then why did you invite him?
That was a group decision. We invited.
Terrible group dynamic.
Strength in numbers.
Told you. He must have heard his ears ringing.
Power play show.
Rangers suck.
I missed that.
Something's just
You
gonna change.
left the BOA.
I never left the BOA. I left Brooklyn.
You have a Connecticut driver's license, and Howard.
And Howard.
In fact, I think your driver's license says "and Howard."
That's all right. I have a proposal to the members of the BOA that I'm going to be telling them shortly. Not on air. We're going to do it in a little group text. That I have an idea on how to solidify my status in the BOA.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can tell you what you got to do. You got to move back to Brooklyn.
Who says the BOA even wants you in there?
And maybe they don't want you.
Yeah, you ever think about that? I don't hear anybody else arguing for your case except for you.
This is true.
So even right now, Anthony's quiet.
Oh, I love just letting him twist in the wind. He knows that.
Hey, they released the bracket for the home run derby, but I guess we'll get to that in a little bit.
We'll get to that in a little while. I saw that also.
For sure.
Kind of bullshit, though.
They don't have Judge and Sanchez against each other.
No.
They went with Judge
Sanchez
and
should be there. Logan Morrison
Justin
is
Bour.
right.
No,
I don't
Logan
think
Morrison
he's right at
should
all.
be in it. I think he should be in it.
Oh, sure. If they wanted to invite him.
Sanchez?
Yeah.
Morrison has 24 home runs.
So?
Sanchez was hurt for a month.
Home run derby for fuck's
Sanchez.
sake.
And Sanchez missed a month, and he's still what? He's got what? 14, 15?
not Morrison's fault that Sanchez missed a month.
So it's not Sanchez's fault that he was invited and Morrison wasn't. Go cry me a fucking river.
Exactly.
You fucking Yankee fans are all alike. You know that?
I know.
I'd rather not see any of them.
Fuck Logan. I'm not worried about Judge, because take batting practice. I think that's basically what Judge does every day. Is just put it in a home run derby. So I don't think he's going to take it too seriously. Sanchez, I would worry about it because he does get a little pull happy, and
a little.
Yeah. And if he gets into that pattern, that really came up. So I would be worried about Sanchez. I wasn't totally thrilled with Sanchez being involved in it. Of course, I'm going to defend my guy when an asshole like fucking Logan Morrison comes out and bitches and complains that he's not in the home run derby. You know, it's not even like, it's the actual All-Star game, which I don't think he was invited to either. But
it's fucking Logan Morrison. Of course he's not.
Yeah. I you know what it is, man? It's really the spectacle, It's the fact that Sanchez hits majestic home runs and, he has great power, That's what it's about. I thought George Springer should be in it. George Springer has 20-something home runs.
Should have been in it.
Yeah.
I think that Mr. Betances should back out of the All-Star game.
No, get the fuck out of here. That's ridiculous.
Why?
Here we go.
That's ridiculous. He's not an All-Star for 3 bad outings, whatever it's been, 2 or 3 outings. Now, listen, I understand the guy's struggling. He's been awful lately. I mean, I can't even stomach him coming into the game lately. Really, anybody in that Yankee bullpen, which is very, very unsettling. But you're gonna take his All-Star season away from him just for a bad week?
Week?
Yeah. Did you see his numbers as a closer?
It's the last 3 weeks have been bad.
For the whole bullpen, the last 3 weeks have been bad. Yeah, but as far as Betances, the only time I can think of where his struggles have begun was that game against what was it, Oakland? No, it was shit, I can't remember now. Because Clippard went through that stretch where he was blowing every fucking game in sight, and they couldn't even get to Betances.
Mm-hmm.
So Betances started off as closer, and he converted 5 straight saves without a problem. And then Clippard started fucking shit in the bed, and they couldn't even get the ball to Betances anymore. And there was a 2-week span where Betances didn't pitch at all, or he was pitching in blowout games because that was the only games they were winning because the bullpen wasn't putting them in positions to win close in games, so late in games. So Betances, to me, it's really been more. I would say probably the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't think it's as drastic as everyone else.
Let me
I know his whip is astronomical.
All right, can I
his whip right now is 146, and the only people behind him are Domingo German. I'm going to say German because I refuse to say German, and Tommy Lane and Ben Heller, who I'm not counting because he's had 1 game. So Tommy Lane and German, and they're Domingo's been in 5 games. Tommy Lane's been in 19. Betances has been in 31, and he is the 4th or 5th highest whip. And for a setup man, you just can't be doing that, especially when you have someone like Chapman who hasn't found it in a month.
I don't think Chapman's been very good all year, to be honest with you.
No, he hasn't. He's right behind Betances and whip.
Yeah. Well, to defend that, he also had a .59 ERA before last week, and it's all the way up to he let another run score today, so I'm sure he's over 3 now.
3.29.
So yeah, he's 3.29 now. So when you pitch in these small samples, the margin for error is really, really nothing, because you're only pitching an inning at most, and that's if you don't, do the job and get through it like he's been doing lately. He only got 1 out today, and he let 4 runners get on base, and he let 1 of them score. So yeah, that destroys your whip. When you're in small samples like that, for sure.
Second on the team in walks, and that's including starters. He's only behind CeCe.
Wow.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But he's
But
an
the thing-
all-star.
Well, yeah, because he was an all-star before all this shit happened. But
Mhm.
the thing you got to remember about Betances is, I mean, that's the guy he's always been. He always,
26 walks and 27 innings is not who he's always been.
well, he always lets guys get on, and then he kind of goes into that fuck you mode where he just strikes everyone out. But he hasn't been able to do that lately.
Yeah, he kind of
He's
reminds
just
us of
not
John Wentland back in '96, where he used to put runners on and then strike out the side.
right. It was always an adventure with Betances because he's got, he's such a big guy and he's got such a wild motion that sometimes he can't find the plate. And I mean, it's been bad lately. He's been missing really, really terribly. Like you let Jose Altuve on in a late game. I mean, I knew that game was doomed. Even though his run was the only one to start in Houston. As I was still saying, this game is not over, not at all. And then Gaddis hits the home run, and then 2 more walks, and then Chapman comes in, and Gurriel hits the double down the line, and that's it. You just blew a fucking 6-2 lead, whatever it was. I mean, the bullpen. There's no way to win with the way the bullpen's been playing. There's no way around that.
There's not a team in baseball that needs the All-Star break as bad as we do.
No, it's absolutely true. We really do, especially because the Boston Red Sox now have fucking caught fire.
7 straight, 8 straight.
Yep,
Seven, I
straight,
think, yeah.
7 straight wins, and they're 4.5 games up after the Yankees lost today, which means they're going to win tonight. Which means, the Yankees will be 5 back, and they were 4 games up, just before they went to Anaheim, and that was the Austin trip that we went on. That was what was that? 3 weeks ago?
Anaheim and then Oakland.
Yeah,
That West Coast trip that they had ruined them.
That night we were flying back was the night where Judge hit the 2-run home run and gave them the lead in like the 8th inning, and they ended up winning that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, since we got home from Austin, it's just been misery. It really
I guess that means we should just go back.
Well, they were destroying teams on a daily basis while we were there.
Yeah. I don't know. Just saying. Why ruin a good thing?
Yeah.
It's clearly our fault.
Never should have left. Should have stayed there the entire season.
And we have a 4-game set with Boston right after the break, right? It's not the first or it's the second series right after.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Right after we get back from the break.
That's
so.
And I mean, granted, we still have half the season after that, but
yeah,
you can make the argument that that's it right there, depending on how that series goes.
I totally agree. I mean, at this point in time, I'm not at all. I don't feel like I'm at all exaggerating in saying like I believe that this is where Boston wins the division right here.
Sure.
Like,
Where is that set? Is that in Boston?
No, I think it's in
I can find out.
Yankee Stadium.
I'll look.
But yeah, the way Boston's playing right now, I am totally okay with saying that this is probably why they're going to win the division. Oh, it's at Boston. Oh, so it's even bigger.
Sunday.
Yeah, they have back-to-back on Sunday.
They got rained out in April. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They had a game rained out in April. So, yeah, they have a doubleheader on that Sunday. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that this season. It really doesn't. That series right there is going to make or break the season, I think. If you put them in another wild card game, they're one and done. Pitcher to go to get you that one win. They just don't.
No.
As good as Tanaka's been lately, the only guy I might trust there, and it's very iffy, would probably be Jordan Montgomery because he's really been pitching the best. His numbers are really starting to match up with what he did in AAA last year.
Depends what line. To me, that depends what lineup he's going to go against.
Yeah, I mean, in the East, I mean, in the American League, probably figure a team like
Rangers.
The Rangers,
probably the Rangers.
Yeah. Or maybe even like the Angels. The Angels have actually played pretty well since they fucking beat us up. I'm trying to think now. What other teams there could be? Obviously the Rangers, the Angels, the Royals. The Royals could be there. The Twins, who I wouldn't mind seeing in a wild card because I mean we just always kill the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are the kind of the teams you're looking at. You know, are the Yankees better than those teams? Yeah, they probably are. But the problem is, you got one game to win, and you've only got one starting pitcher on the mound. So that's basically what it comes down to. You know, who do you trust? I don't trust anybody in our rotation to give us that win.
Absolutely
I just
not.
don't.
Absolutely
I don't.
not.
You've seen what Tanaka can do lately, you know, but how do I know he's not just going to go back to being a fucking batting practice machine, you know, a pitching machine?
I'd probably prefer a healthy Severino out there.
Yeah, but Severino scares me because his stuff just goes away sometimes, you know, like you saw it in his start on Sunday where he just didn't have his slider and all he threw was fastballs and they just tattooed him.
You can say that for any pitcher on this staff, I feel like. If
yeah.
Tanaka's high in the zone, he's gonna get tattooed. If Sabathia's slider is stiff, he's gonna get hit hard.
Yeah. Pineda, I can't wait for Pineda.
Pineda's terrible.
I can't wait for Pineda. Yeah.
I can't watch those games anymore with him going.
When I was listening, I was actually listening to that on the radio today. I wasn't watching it obviously because I was at work, but I was listening to it on the radio, and I'm honestly sitting there going like, you know what? If they DFA'd Pineda and brought up Adams, I wouldn't be the least bit disappointed. Because I don't think he's got any trade value. Who would legitimately want Michael Pineda? I don't know. Maybe a team like the Pirates, who seem to fix pitchers. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, I'd much rather be watching Chance Adams struggle at the major league level than Michael Pineda. Because it's enough with Pineda.
You think Frazier goes back? You think Frazier goes back down when Hicks comes?
When Hicks does, yeah. When Hicks gets healthy, yeah.
Just watching him at the plate, he's not ready to be up here.
No, neither is Tyler Wade.
No.
Even though he works good counts, he's just when he gets a pitch to hit, he can't hit it yet.
He's not there yet. He all of his weight's on his back foot, and you could have the best bat speed in the world. You're not going to be able to do anything if you're not transferring your weight.
Oh, you're talking about Frazier, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Frazier. Oh,
okay.
Wade at best right now is a good pinch runner for us.
Yes, which they don't use him for anyway. So
no.
Yeah, and you may as well just send him back down when Castro's healthy. So yeah, I mean, for the life of me, I don't understand why they sent Andujar back down. He had that one great game, and then they sent him back down. And the whole idea was, oh well, we want him to play third base every day. Third base every day at the major league level, and put Headley at first. You know, it's pretty easy. It's not that difficult, but they seem so against moving Headley off third, and I don't really know why, because he's not that amazing of a third baseman.
No, his glove is above average. His arm is not strong at all. No, I can't watch. Every time he has to make a throw across the diamond, it's a struggle.
Yep.
I mean, and granted, Andujar's arm is the most inaccurate thing that's going to be on the field at any time. But at least I'd rather see him get the chance. I'd rather have his bat than Headley's.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, and I think that's what it comes down to a lot this year with the Yankees is, you know, when we're watching Chris Carter struggle, you know, we'd rather be watching Tyler Austin, even if it means he's struggling. Like, we'd still rather watch him struggle than watch Chris Carter, who was DFA'd again, and his replacement G-Man Choi today hit a home run. So
G-Man,
take that for what it's worth. Yeah. But it's the same thing. I'd rather be watching Andujar struggle. Yes. You know, it's the argument I was having with your dad, I think last night. You know, I'd rather be – I don't mind what's going on with Sanchez behind the plate because he's shown in the past that he can be a really good catcher. He just needs to get back to that point. And if that means that we have to develop him this year and work through those growing pains, then I'm okay with it because the guy can throw.
He's got to show me something. Because that I think he's right now with that arm. I think it's to say it's a liability would be strong. I think it's hurting us. We don't have. I mean, granted, you look at our bullpen and there's nothing Sanchez can do with deliberate windups like Betances has, that Chapman has. You know, you're not going to get a slide step out of those guys, but
not when Pujols is stealing on you.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, But still, when there's absolutely no threat of being thrown out, that's not just on the pitcher. I can't be. That's got to be on Sanchez too a little bit.
Yes, but I mean, I agree with everybody but Betances because I mean, even Romine struggles with Betances on the mound, and Romine is a really, really good defensive catcher. Like you see balls get by Romine, and you see guys stealing on Romine when Betances is on the mound because he has very little command right now, and he has a very big windup, and it doesn't give you any time to. That's basically the weakness that teams have picked out in Betances is that he can't hold runners on, and he can't control the running game whatsoever. You saw it in that Houston game. He walked Altuve, and before you knew it, Altuve was on third. It was almost like it was like a blowout game, and they weren't even, you know. I believe they gave him like defensive indifference on those stolen bases too. I don't even think they gave him stolen bases because he just got them so easily.
Let me ask you something. Me and my father were talking about this.
Yeah.
When Tanaka's pitching.
Yeah.
And Sanchez goes out to the mound. What are they talking about? Because neither of them speak English.
I think probably basic words. You know, fastball, curve, split. You know, I think that's what it is, to be honest with you. Because I wonder that too. There's a very big language barrier there between Sanchez and Tanaka.
Oh yes.
But I think baseball is kind of its own language. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, when they go out there and Sanchez, you know, says like, you know, 1-4-5 is fastball. You know, 3-4-6 or 3-4-2 is change. You know, like I don't know. I've never been a major league catcher, so I don't actually know what the lingo is, but I would imagine it's very basic English.
I would
to
hope
be
so.
honest. Yeah, like split, fast, you know, stuff like that. I'd love to get a microphone in one of their in Sanchez's helmet though, and hear what.
That'd be great.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
so the Mets game is delayed because of rain. So,
Uncle Scott, anything? Uncle Scott,
I think he's gone.
I think he fell.
His hearing is going, so he might not just be.
I'm here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there he is. See, I thought he was going to respond when I brought it.
Maybe Sanchez and Tanaka discuss where they can get some good Chinese food in the cities that they visit.
I just had some good Chinese food.
I mean, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about on the mound.
No. I thought you were going to pop in when we were talking about the me and you talking about Sanchez the other night.
Well, I listen. I watched him last year, even though his body of work last year was kind of short, but he showed a very strong, accurate arm. He showed a good ability to block balls. But I got to tell you, everything that I'm seeing this year of him, he has a lot of pass balls or wild pitches. He's not blocking the plate correctly on a ball in the dirt. And a lot of these balls are purposely thrown in the dirt, and we know that, you know, we know why. And his arm is just extremely erratic. I think that, you know, a guy with a bat like that, I don't think he can catch every day. I mean, he can be an offensive machine, and he is.
Yeah.
I think that maybe he should catch maybe twice a week. And
I don't.
Why not put a first baseman's mitt in his hand?
Well, I don't mind him getting comfortable over there.
First.
I don't mind him getting comfortable over there. My whole thing is giving up on a kid who's 24 years old, who has the potential to be the best catcher in the major leagues. That's a little. Yeah,
but you know what? You know what, Anthony?
Insane.
Catchers don't have a long life behind the plate. You look at all
they get beat up.
Yeah. I'll go way back. Yogi Berra ended up in the outfield. Elston Howard ended up in the outfield. Johnny Bench ended up at first.
You don't even have to go way back. Just look at Joe Moore.
Buster Posey.
Munson never got the chance, obviously, but Buster Posey, doesn't he play a field position?
Actually, Munson was not a catcher. I think Michael Kay said that in like the last year that he was.
His last night, he was the last game he played. He was in the field. He's right. I don't remember that, but you know,
third base.
I don't remember seeing Munson anywhere else. Maybe in the outfield. But your body takes a tremendous beating, and what it does is it can shorten a career, and it can shorten his ability to hit.
Well, to play devil's advocate on that, I would worry about that when he's 28, 29. You know, he's 24. So that's my whole thing is you can't turn a kid. This is the problem with Jesus Montero that they had. You can't turn a kid who's 24 years old into a designated hitter without a position.
I'm not looking to do that. But what you can do here is you have a backup in Romine that doesn't have a great bat, but it's not an awful bat. It's not a typical backup catcher bat.
Right. Okay? You can live with them in the lineup. I get what you're saying.
Behind the plate 2 days a week, and you play Romine 2-3 days a week. I just like to give Sanchez's body a little bit of a break, and I'm not looking to DH him to make him a permanent DH, but it's obvious you have a problem at first base. Groom him to play first. Give him a glove and let him try. They're not letting anybody else play first. I mean, for fuck's sake, Headley could probably play first.
Mm-hmm.
But, they don't want to play Holiday at first because it'll wear him down. I mean, first demanding fucking position that it would wear him down. But you got to put somebody over there. This guy,
Uncle Scott.
Either.
The guy got food poisoning and he's been out since fucking 3 weeks ago.
That's what it is. It's food poisoning.
No, I'm
viral infection.
I'm exaggerating. It's like a viral infection.
I'm starting to think it's the same thing when Jason Giambi had the fucking parasite.
Yeah. It does seem similar to that. It does.
Because his bat is what we really miss in the lineup. His bat is very sorely missed.
Oh, Holiday? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Absolutely.
The pitching's been killing him. There's no other way around it. The pitching's been killing him. The bullpen's been killing them. The starting pitching has been – there's some games where starters go out there and we're not even in the game by the fucking third inning.
Yeah, but something, Anthony? I brought up a point to Jared, and I was reading a little into this morning, that this team is 6-16 over the last 22 games. And if you remember all these games, they could have very easily been 16-6.
There were a lot of winnable games, but that comes back to the bullpen, doesn't it? But that comes back to the bullpen, doesn't it?
It comes back to the bullpen. And I don't remember a Yankee team with a bullpen just doing this. Fucking 15 blown saves as of last week.
Right.
Just not doing the job. I mean, nobody. Anybody that – and you know me, I would love to blame the fucking rainy weather on Girardi. But
right.
The guy has put in whoever he could have.
Are you actually defending Joe Girardi? Hold on 1 second. This is a new Power Play Sports Talk show. Uncle Scott is actually he's actually being sympathetic towards Joe Girardi.
Okay, I'm being sympathetic.
He's a Girardi fanboy.
Listen, the only game that I really killed Girardi for was that game in Chicago, where he put Domingo Germán in instead of Tyler Clippard to start the inning. That's the only game that I've killed Girardi for. I wouldn't say all year, but I mean that game comes to mind specifically recently. But this game today,
first two batters, right?
Yeah, this game today, it was all set up for the Yankees to win. They just needed Betances to go out there, throw a 1-2-3 inning, and then go out and score, put around, try and walk off in the ninth, and then if it doesn't work out from there, you got Adam Warren, you got Tyler Webb, you got some guys who you can piece the rest of the game together with, but you're in extra innings, so anything can happen. But the fact that you had Betances on the mound for this game, the game in Houston on Saturday night, where you had a 3-run lead and Betances and Chapman all set up to finish the game out. I mean, you can't set it up any better than that. You get an inning and a third out of Chad Green, who's been great, So it's just guys are not doing the job, and that's really tough, especially irreplaceable guys like Betances and Chapman. You can't just go find setup guys and closers just to replace when you already have these guys under contract.
I agree. That's why I'm not defending him, but I'm saying that he is most of the time doing the right thing. I think sometimes, and I think I spoke to somebody of the three of you about this, that I would like to see Betances come in sometimes in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
You talked to me about that
situation.
No, I think that's been a huge topic of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did me and you discuss this about Because I'm all about, if you have a situation in the 6th or 7th inning where you're up by 2 runs and there's a runner on base or there's 2 runners on base, it's a critical situation in the game.
Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is about bringing in, Betances in a situation like that to get the save there. I know you want to use him in the 8th and the 9th inning to close the game, but, I'm of the belief that you always want to have your best pitcher in at certain times.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair, but you know what I think it is? I think it has a big part to do with the fact that if you're bringing Betances in with runners on base, they have really exploited the fact that he can't hold runners on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Betances used to be that guy that you would turn to when the starter, walked the first 2 to start the 7th inning. You bring in Betances and he'd strike out the side and he'd get you out of that jam. But I feel like the rest of the league has really just caught on to the fact that he can't hold runners on, and it hurts. It really hurts them. It hurts the fact that he can't be brought into a game where there are runners already on base because they'll probably steal 2nd and 3rd on him, and then just like that, you're in an even bigger jam. So I agree with what you're saying.
You can't bring Clippard into innings like that either.
Fuck no.
No, I don't think you can. That's why I think you really kind of have to designate which guys in the lineup you're going to attack with Betances. Like today, they had him go up against the bottom of the lineup, which was ideal for him with the way he's been struggling. But he walks Miguel Montero, he walks Kevin Pillar, and he walks I think Ryan Goins, and just like that, the game's over pretty much. Because Osuna we just don't hit.
They go up there and the batters have absolutely zero reason to take the bat off their shoulder. I brought up to my father before. Even Batista, when he struck out today, it was looking. I mean, he was, and it was on a full count. He's just gonna sit there, and there's no reason for anybody to swing the bat against this guy anymore.
Right. Well, when he's struggling like that, you're right. Absolutely. When he's struggling like that, you're totally right.
And Osuna does. God, he has our number. Oh my lord.
It's ridiculous how rock solid he is against us. I don't think I've ever seen him blow a save.
I don't think I've seen him blow a save against us. No.
No, not against us. No, I can't remember. When you go back in time to the great closers in our division and stuff, you can always remember those epic blown saves that we created. I don't remember those with Osuna. I really don't.
No,
I don't remember any.
He's a different type of closer. I mean, you look at a typical closer. Chapman has his fastball. Yeah, he has a good slider too. Rivera had the cutter. Betances has, he has high heat, but he has that slurve. Osuna has 5 pitches that he all uses so well.
Yeah.
He'd probably make a really, really good starter.
I think he was a really good starter in the minors, but
oh, there you go. Okay.
I mean, sometimes it's need at the major league. Need at the major leagues kind of
of course.
Sure. Takes precedent over how a guy's playing in the minors. That's why, at first it might not sound like a great idea, but I mean, if Chance Adams can come up here and he can pitch well out of the bullpen, I am not at all opposed to doing that and letting him have an opportunity to win a job at the end of spring training next year to be in the rotation, because I think they'll have the rotation spots. So I would not be adverse to that. Domingo Acevedo is another guy who throws like 100 miles an hour out of the bullpen, but I feel like the guys that throw gas have kind of gotten neutered a bit with the fact that all the starters in the major leagues now all throw 98, 99. Mm-hmm. Look at Severino. Severino's got the highest average fastball in the major leagues. I think he's averaging 99 miles an hour, and he's a starter. You used to only see that out of the bullpen. It used to be a thing like with Betances, like, holy shit, look how hard he throws. We really got to gear up for that. Now I feel like a lot of batters have kind of adjusted to 98, 99. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I think that even the same thing could be said with like Aroldis Chapman, where you're like, yeah, he's throwing 100 miles an hour, but it's really only 2 miles an hour faster than, 98. So,
Anthony?
Yeah.
Professional hitters can hit a fastball no matter how fast it's being thrown.
Sure.
Okay, because you could throw a fastball 102, but if it doesn't dance, eventually a batter will time it, because it's only, it's a little bit faster than a 94, 95. I think the problem in today's game, one of the many problems, is that managers, GMs, coaches, and pitchers, they're all in love with the gun.
Yeah.
They're all in love with the gun. And what that's doing is it's killing their arms because they're not pitching anymore.
No, they're not hitting spots.
They're back and throwing the fucking ball as hard as they can.
Right. Then they're not hitting spots. You saw it.
Eventually, pitchers are going to burn out because there's only so many times you can throw that ball as hard as you can.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times this year too.
Pitching and using their legs and their bodies to pitch.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really
a lot of guys don't use a full. A lot of guys don't use the full windup anymore. You know, they use this abbreviated windup, like a David Cohn when he pitches. I mean, what's up with that?
You want to watch a good windup? Watch, and it's going to hurt me to say, watch Steven Matz pitch.
Yeah,
he uses his legs so well.
Well, I think a lot of the guys that have kind of laid off the hard stuff are the ones that are really succeed. I mean, look at what Vargas has done in Kansas City. He's just up there throwing junk, and people can't hit him because everybody's geared up for a fastball now.
Look how long Jamie Moyer survived in baseball in his mid-40s by throwing junk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also,
you know, the Yankees traditionally, when the Yankees go up against a junk pitcher.
They're
fucking terrible.
Look no further than fucking Austin Bieber, Dirks Bentley from fucking what was that 3 weeks ago with the Texas Rangers. Oh my God, was that an infuriating game?
He throws nothing but garbage, but he's
yeah.
Pitched. You know,
but he hits spots. He locates and he hits spots. You're right. You're right.
The ball around. What about Maddox and Glavine? They didn't have overpowering fastballs.
Well, those guys were artists.
Fastball, 91, 92 mile an hour fastball to keep you off balance a little. But they move the fucking ball in and out and changing speeds. That's the art of pitching. I mean, you know, you get these guys that just come up and just want to fire the ball as hard as they can.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You gotta be a pitcher. You gotta be able to, I just don't like this fucking short windup. See, like CeCe still goes over. He goes over his head with his windup, doesn't he?
No, but he does have somewhat of a longer windup than I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying with these. Some guys don't even pitch. Like, did you see Steven Strasburg against the Mets? What was that? Yesterday?
He pitches out of the stretch now.
He pitches out of the stretch the entire game.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yes. He doesn't leave the stretch. He always pitches out of the stretch.
That's insane.
It is insane. I had never. David Price did that. Like, he started going to more of like an abbreviated windup. I'm trying to think who else.
You're using less of your body by doing that.
Yeah, but
body.
I mean, listen. However he feels comfortable throwing, you know.
Yeah, I get it. You know, every pitcher is different. However they feel comfortable, but
yeah,
the art of pitching is a full windup, so you get all that torque and that motion going, and with your legs you push off the mound.
Yeah, there's a lot more torque. First of all, there's a lot more torque and everything with the windup. You're still pushing off the mound out of a stretch. And with the windup, there's so many more moving pieces that you have to control to have the balance to be able to have to throw through a windup every game is not that easy. I mean, if these guys are worried about their balance, like the Prices and the Strasburg, Price's delivery is not a stretch, but he doesn't go over his head. He does like a little weird jerk up to his chin, and that's his momentum. That's how he gets his momentum going. And you know what? He's a pretty fucking good pitcher just doing that. What?
So you think it's more pressure on their arms to do it like that instead of getting the whole body involved?
I think these guys are professional pitchers, and I think that they're going to get hurt if they're doing the windup, the stretch, or whatever. I think we've seen that. It's not a certain kind of pitcher that keeps getting hurt. It's all of them.
I mean, I every time I look at a fucking guy doing like side pitching or like one of those sidewinders like Pat Neshek, I always think those guys are going to blow out their fucking elbows the way that they throw. You know, when they come from underneath, those like submarine pitchers. I mean, I don't even know how you even physically throw like that. But hey, that's what they're, that's what they're comfortable with.
It's more of that's more natural than throwing a baseball, because throwing a baseball is a very unnatural way for the body to work.
That's true.
Softball pitches, when you're pitching softball, that's a natural way to do things.
When I pitched, I was a sidearm. I was a 3/4 sidearm delivery.
Really?
Yeah, it's just easier. It's where it hurts you is not so much the shoulder. It's the strain on the elbow hurts you more when you're going sideways than when you're going over the top.
Yeah. No,
That's different.
I've thrown sidearm a couple times, and I've had that that grab in my elbow, like, oh shit, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's why I'm throwing a slider like that, where you're turning your wrist and putting all that to work. Sidearm. That gets a little screwy. But if you're throwing straight heat, then it's honestly it feels a lot better.
All right.
I think it's more of a natural way to move your arm than over your head and twisting your elbow and your wrist and your shoulder and everything. Yeah.
So I'm actually excited for this year's home run derby for the first time in a pretty long time. I'm actually pretty juiced up for the field. I think it's. Am I gonna watch it? Yeah, I am gonna watch it.
Absolutely.
I am gonna watch it.
How does the ball carry out there? Is it a stadium that the ball carries?
Florida?
It always carries when it's hot. Always carries when it's hot.
Definitely. Balls will be flying. And I mean, they're talking about they're juicing the baseballs for the regular season. They're going to be juicing the baseballs for the home run derby. No doubt about it.
You're going to see a couple of 500-foot shots.
Yeah, without a doubt. Between Judge.
I'm thinking more.
Judge Stanton.
Yeah, between Stanton, Judge, and this kid Bellinger
from LA. Miguel Sano can hit it.
Yep.
He can hit it hard.
Fucking monster, Sano.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the bracket now. That's a good matchup, Moustakas and Sano.
Yes, it is. And
really
so is
Bellinger and Blackman.
Stanton and Sanchez.
Yeah. The only matchup that I don't want to watch is Judge versus Board. What'd you say?
50 a possibility?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's tough.
Oh,
I don't think the pitchers that are throwing them the ball throw it hard enough for them to hit it.
Yeah.
For what, 550?
Yeah. Because the batters are supplying all the power at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Stanton does have a 500-footer in his career.
Yeah.
But I don't see that. I think that's way too. That's like leaving the park. That's yeah. That would be insane if that happened.
I think either Stanton or Judge will hit. I'll go. If we're doing Price's Right rules without going over, I'll say 517.
I'm gonna stick with low 500. So I'm gonna say 505, something like that. I don't. If they do break 500, I don't think it's gonna be much higher than that. But
writing these down. Anthony,
I'm going 5 1/4.
Wait.
Big.
Sorry, I was in the mix of texting Mike Bacher of My Xbox Radio. What was the question?
What's the longest home run at the home run derby? Price is Right rules. You can't go over.
And who said first?
Anthony's at 505. I'm at 512. Dad's at 525. Howard's going to go with $1.
No, I think there's definitely going to be a 500-foot home run. I'm going to say 518.
518. Real close here.
I don't know.
You got predicted winners?
It's got to be between Judge and Stanton, right?
Without being a homer?
Well, there's two sets of homers there. We're a homer with Judge, and Stanton's a homer because it's there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I think Judge is going to have such a whatever relaxed attitude about it. I don't think he's going to win. I think he's going to go up there. I think he's going to hit a couple of majestic home runs, and I don't think he's going to win. I really don't, and I don't think it's going to faze him at all because I don't think it's that big of a deal, and I think he knows it.
He's not my pick.
No, I mean, I'd probably go with the hometown guy. I'd probably go with the defending guy,
Stanton.
Which is Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, that would be my pick.
I'm going with Miguel Sano.
Uncle Scott?
Okay.
I got to go with Stanton also. I hope Judge wins it or Sanchez. I hope it doesn't ruin their swings for the rest of their career or the year. But I'd go with the hometown guy too.
I'm going.
He's got the crowd. He's got the crowd behind him.
I'm going to go with someone who nobody is even talking about.
Justin Bohr. Moose Tacos.
Moose Tacos.
Oh, Moose
Moose Tacos.
Bellinger wouldn't be a bad one either because he's got a real violent swing.
Yeah.
So I could see him. I could see him doing really well in this home run derby. But I think they nailed the field. I really think they nailed the field this year. I don't think Sanchez needed to be there, but I think Sanchez is going to hit a couple of home runs and put on a little bit of a show.
I would have liked
much
to see
like
Logan
Judges.
Morrison, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
there's a
I'm
couple
joking.
guys. There's a couple guys I would have liked. I said George Springer.
George Springer would have liked to see. Sure.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Nolan Arenado. That guy hits fucking really good home runs.
Who's in this?
Espen.
Are they bringing back Chris Berman for this?
No, I don't think so. I think
Good.
Yeah, I think he was fired. I think you're right. I think he went with that whole cut.
No. He retired. He was not fired.
He retired. Okay.
Yeah.
He's retired. Then his wife was killed in a car accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's horrible. I actually feel terrible making fun of him now.
Yeah, you should. Fucking monster.
You're a horrible human being.
Yeah. Well,
I got to clean up.
All right.
All right, we're gonna do Jared's pick for a hockey team right now.
So put it on the YouTube.
No deal.
YouTube machine.
Yeah, but I got to do the dishes and clean up the kitchen.
You can put your.
I don't know if I'd hear you.
You know what?
I don't know if I want to hear Jared's hockey team.
It could be the Islanders.
Could be the Rangers.
Some fucking reason I could see him wearing that shit in red, white, and blue.
Oh! Uncle Scott, before you go, I want to know who your pick you think is going to be the random draw for Jared's new hockey team.
I just told you.
The Rangers.
Oof.
I think it's going to be the Rangers.
He's going with the Rangers. Let me write that down. That's Dad.
I think he's going to end up with the Rangers,
Which
will bring him and his future brother-in-law really close together. and I could see us having a lot of problems in this house.
Yes. Well, you know what? Whatever it ends up being, Jared has to stay with that team.
And I'm going to dedicate myself to learning all I can about hockey, about the team. I want to know as much about hockey as I do about baseball.
Okay.
You know what's going to be good about this too, because it's going to be during football season. So.
Yeah, I know. I gotta dedicate my time wisely.
Hockey Dynasty League.
Oh, so you actually sit and watch hockey games with me now?
I will sit and watch my team.
Could be the Islanders.
I'll have to get. What does NHL have, like a Game Pass?
Yeah.
The what?
Center ice. The center ice.
Center ice. I'll have to get center ice to watch.
Center ice.
To watch
yeah.
the Minnesota Wild play.
Hey, the Minnesota Wild, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got my guess who I think I'm gonna get, and it's a team I've been saying all week because I already have one of their players' jerseys. I think I'm gonna end up going with the Capitals.
Jeez, this is the fucking Capitals. Damn, you're not gonna get along with your future brother-in-law.
And when are you going to be doing this?
Especially
right now.
Especially because he's a Met fan as well, and Met fans really hate the Nationals. Like really, really hate the Nationals.
Yeah. Howard, do you have a prediction?
I'll hang on. And I'll wait.
All right. So as we did a special drawing before, we're gonna do this kind of deal or no deal style.
I'm kind of nervous.
I have one of his top 8 teams right here, which we drew before. So this is one briefcase. Now I have the other 19 teams because it was 20. I forgot to put the Islanders in before. Sorry.
No.
Mm.
So there's 19 teams left in this hat. I am going to now draw his other briefcase. And then we're going to go 3 at a time. Then I'm going to offer him a deal or no deal. All right.
All right. So you have one. He has one briefcase now.
He has one now that's his top 8 teams, and then this
one of the top 8. Yeah.
That I'm going to be picking. All right.
Anthony, do you have a prediction? Who do you think I'm going to get?
I'll say the Blackhawks.
The Blackhawks.
Okay.
I would not mind that. Howard, your prediction?
I'm going to say I'm going to go St. Louis Blues.
The Blues I would have a problem with, but
okay. This is his other briefcase right here. Okay, I have no clue what teams these are.
Mhm.
All right, that is going on top of Token. I have Token and I have Kenny. All right, I'm gonna go one by one here. This is nerve wracking. We're gonna do what, 3. We're gonna pull 3 now.
Are we doing 3, or you want to get 10 right off the bat and make it a top 10?
Okay,
No,
so,
9. That would be 9 right off the bat, right?
so we have 2 out already. There were 20 total, so we got to do 8 more if you want to do the first 10.
Ashley votes for the Penguins. She doesn't know that they are not in here.
They're not. In.
Sorry, Ash. Let's do 5, I guess. Ashley's listening, of course.
Hi, Ashley.
She's not on the phone.
All right, you ready? I'm gonna pull the
Sure. All right.
first one. Okay. Oh, there's 2 in there.
Come on, Knights.
Okay.
Now, this is who you're not getting.
This is who he's not getting.
Yes.
So he is not getting the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Fuck yeah,
Ooh.
good. Good. I don't want them.
Yeah.
I lived in that city. Fuck them.
They are off the board. By the way, we're doing this in a Ranger hat. Okay. The second team off the board. I'm like nervous cutting the tape here. I don't know why.
You're nervous. It's my team.
Oh, the
Number 1.
Chicago Black.
Blackhawks are down.
There goes
Son
my
of a
pick.
Bitch.
That was
Son
a
of
good team.
bitch.
Hey,
That
do
was
you
a
know
good
that
team.
speed is about 7 seconds delayed?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got to go through all the internet and then come back. Here comes the next one.
All the internet.
All of the internet.
Let's go through all the internets.
Come back. The next team that is off the board. Oh, the Nashville Predators.
That was my number
Ooh,
1. That was my number 1.
that's a tough one.
One.
Jesus
We're doing
Christ.
5 more, and then we give a deal or no deal.
This is not a good start.
Ah, jeez. The next one off the board.
I need one of my bad teams here. Give me the
Ooh, the Anaheim Ducks are off.
that was my number 2. Oh, fuck this game. I'm not watching hockey this year.
Oh, you can't relay. No.
Oh my god. I need a run here. Give me the Avalanche and the Sabres back to back.
Let's see. We got the St. Louis Blues. My pick is
The
All
St. Louis Blues.
That's good.
okay. That was one that
My old
Jared.
military roommate would be upset to hear that.
He's sweating this out. You can see him on the feed.
That's a bad start. My top 2 are gone already. 3 of my top 5.
The
Jesus.
Dallas Stars are
All
off
right,
the
good. All right. Good. All right.
6. 2 more. 2 more till your first deal or no deal.
How many are we picking for round 2?
3.
Three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The next one.
Rangers still out there. Islanders still out
The
there. Devils still
Colorado
out there.
Avalanche
Okay.
are off
This is
the board.
the run I wanted.
Gotta avoid one more of one of your
My dad's sweating out because he knows the Rangers are still out there.
yeah.
The shade is dripping off of me right now.
When isn't it?
The Devils are still out there too.
The Devils are still out there, yes. The Detroit Red Wings are off the board.
Ooh, that's a
Okay.
tough one.
They were on my bad list.
All right. That's 8. So now we got a deal. Deal or no deal. You could choose Token, which is the one I just picked right before we started this, and then Kenny, which has one of your top 8 teams. Or you could risk it and go back.
You picking 3?
I'm picking 3 more.
Looking at my list. You pick 3, that'll still leave me 2 in my top 8. And I really don't want the Devils or the Islanders, which are in my top 8.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going.
Keep going. All right. We're taking 3
Yeah,
more.
we're gonna keep going. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to like this one. The Buffalo Sabres are off the board.
That's good.
That is
All
good.
right, we're looking good.
Okay, let's see.
Even my bad teams have nice jerseys. The Coyotes have nice jerseys. The Panther, no, the Panthers don't have nice jerseys. The Wild, I guess, they have that weird color.
Let's see. Next one. The Minnesota Wild.
Oh, there you go. All right, so I still got a lot of good teams left.
One more pick. Rangers are still in there. Devils are still in there. Islanders.
Capitals.
Oh,
Put my TJ Oshie jersey to use.
the Arizona Coyotes are off.
Oh man.
Not the Coyotes.
All right. You want to keep going? Or do
Keep
you
going. Keep going. That was all bad teams. Keep going.
All right. We'll go two more.
The Islanders, Devils, Rangers, Capitals still out there. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 teams left. The Knights are still out there.
Jared. The Washington
Devils?
are
Motherfuck.
Go one more.
Mhm.
God, these is like so hard to freaking. All right. The Florida Panthers are off the board.
Wow.
So we got the Islanders, Devils, Rangers, Blue Jackets, Sharks, and Knights, and Hurricanes.
We got 5 in the hat, and you have Token and Kenny.
Yeah, that's 7.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're gonna go one by one now, unless you want to pick Token or Kenny. You want to let the
Now he
field
doesn't
decide?
know who's in Token or Kenny?
Neither do I.
I have no idea.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
Oh. Wow.
What do you want to do, Jared? Keep going.
Yeah, you're doing one by one?
Or no deal.
One at a time.
Yeah, go, pick another one.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Here we go. Jeez, I'm like shaking over here. The New Jersey Devils.
Wow.
We're off.
So I'm officially changing teams.
Oh.
You are officially changing teams now.
Anybody
Now-
want a Mike Rupp jersey?
Now you know you can keep going. And this is what's going to happen. If you keep going and you get down to one in the hat, it's either the one in the hat, Token, or Kenny.
Well, here's the thing. Why would I ever pick Token? That's my thing. Because he's a
you
bad
don't know
one.
what Token is. You don't know what Token is.
That's right. He could be a good one. Huh? Shit. I forgot about. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
You go one.
But
I
by
feel
isn't
like
Kenny
I-
one of
I-
your? Isn't Kenny
Kenny's-
one of your top 8?
Yeah, but so he could be the Islanders, which
Yeah.
quite honestly, I don't really want. So
Ooh.
out of the 2 other teams that are in my top 8, I have the Sharks and the Blue Jackets.
Deal,
I wouldn't mind the Blue Jackets,
deal, or no deal.
but I really want to see how it plays out if I get the Rangers. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do another one.
We're gonna keep going.
Oh wow.
Here we go.
Plus the Knights are still out there, and that was a running joke that I'm gonna be their first fan.
All right, here we go. This is off the board now. Whatever this one is. The San Jose Sharks are off.
San Jose.
Hmm.
Shit.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
All right, we got 3 in the hat.
Keep going. Hat.
I-
It's Token and Kenny, or that's the Rangers and the Islanders. I guarantee it. That's the Rangers and Islanders.
All right. Mixing up the 3 in the hat. Here comes the next one. The New York Islanders are off the board.
Oh wow.
That means I know what Kenny is.
Kenny is the Blue Jackets.
Kenny's the Blue Jackets.
You
So
have-
do I want to tempt fate here and see if I would ever pick the Rangers?
we got
Well, I know
4
what
left
the,
now.
what the Blue Jackets are. How about this?
Token could be Rangers.
He could be. Now, if
So-
I keep going,
I don't know.
Token could be the Rangers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got the Blue Jackets, the Hurricanes, Rangers, and the Knights.
I just let fate decide. You want me to put all 4 in the hat, and that one is your
narrow it down. I have one of my good teams left.
I could put the other 2 back in the hat, mix it up, and pick it, and that would be
put Token back in the hat, draw 1 more, and then put the Blue Jackets back in there, and then that'll be my team.
Okay. So Token
goes back in.
Okay, here's Token.
Goes back in.
Token goes back in. I'm gonna draw that.
I'm gonna get the Knights. I'm gonna hate my life.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Knights. Knights or Rangers? Knights or Rangers?
Okay. The Golden Knights are off the board.
Fucking A. Thank God.
Wow.
So we're
The
down
Rangers, the Hurricanes, and the Blue Jackets.
Oh my God! This is insane.
I'm gonna be a Rangers fan. All right.
We're going to have a lot of problems.
So I'm putting Kenny back in now, and I'm drawing.
Put Kenny back in now. The one that you draw is my team.
Okay, here we go. All right.
So this is your team. This is whoever he draws is your team.
Yes.
Jesus, what are the odds of you getting the Rangers?
That's crazy.
All right, here we go. I don't even want to look at this. I don't even want to look. I really don't. Look at this. Look. I'm shaking. I am shaking right now.
Oh, he's gonna get the Hurricanes.
All right. I am going to reveal this to the camera. You guys ready?
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, shit!
Oh, it's the Rangers.
Oh, no! Oh, shit! Oh, my! It is the New York Rangers. That is Jared's new hockey team.
Ah,
God.
God damn.
Oh.
God damn. I did. You saw me.
Can you just root for the Blue Jackets?
Listen,
like you wanted to.
You agreed to this.
Oh my
Man,
God.
oh, man.
Oh.
No, boy, are we going to have problems in this house.
Hey, at least I can watch every. Yeah. So now I'll answer your question. Yes, I'll watch hockey every night with you. At least I get my home team games.
Blue Jackets.
Let me text Gerstein. He'll be happy to hear this.
Jared Forrest is now a fan of the New York Rangers.
Of course. Of course.
Oh my God. How the fuck? Oh, jeez. God.
That's fucked up.
Damn. What a first
That's
fucking
fucked
show.
up.
What a first show back.
That's so fucked up.
That is so fucked up.
Listen.
That means that there's going to be Ranger jerseys in my house.
Yeah.
There already is.
Yeah.
Ranger hats. Oh, fuck me.
That sucks. That does suck. I feel bad for you, Jared. I really do.
Why? I had no allegiance to any team.
No, you didn't. I mean, you were a Devil fan, but, you know.
Sort of, yeah.
All right, I got to run, fellas. Welcome back. Next Wednesday, you're back?
Either
Wednesday or Thursday. We're not sure yet.
I'm not sure.
All right.
Days.
Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Jared, welcome to the Rangers.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing, but
my heart is
like not that shocking for some reason.
My heart is pounding. Jeez.
I'm telling Gerstein right now.
And he missed it. Watch it. Oh, damn.
For some reason, though, it's just not terribly shocking.
I told him, I said, you have company in Ranger country.
Kind of figures.
He was pissed he missed it because I was telling him about it on 4th of July. He was excited for it.
Well, he can watch it on YouTube. It'll be up.
Yeah, that's true.
You can watch the replay on YouTube. So
he says, "Get out of here."
Seriously,
it happened.
I put it all in the hat, and I just drew him. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. Wow.
Oh, Dad is pissed.
Yeah, you think he's pissed? Oh shit! Wow.
Fucking Rangers
jersey now.
Yeah, who should I get?
There you go. That was a hell of an ending.
Who should you get? I don't even know right now. To be honest with you, with them trading Derek Stepan, getting a young defenseman back and a first-round pick that they wasted, according to our friend Jess Rubenstein, who was on the show in the beginning.
How about I go old school?
Prospect Park.
Yeah. Who you want to go old school?
Like Mark Richter or something?
Mike Richter?
Yeah, there you go. Mike.
Mark and Mike Messier.
Definitely go with an American. You can't go wrong with Richter or Leach, or if you really want to go like obscure, not really obscure, but you could go with Jeff Bukaboom, number 23, or
You should go Rick Nash.
you're an asshole. If you want to go with like one of the old time Rangers from like the '94 team, you go with Richter or Leach or who's really
Oh,
up?
shit, I can't believe I'm a Rangers fan.
Hey, that fucking wow.
I got to text Rufo.
Next Rufo.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Nick too, right? Oh no, Nick's an Islander fan.
Nick's an Islander fan.
Oh no.
Oh, I got a headache now. God damn
Me
it.
too.
Wow.
Well, I guess I'll be going to some Rangers Islanders games with Dad.
There you go.
Get
There
a
you
group of
go.
us.
If you're coming to Brooklyn, I'll come out.
Man, oh man.
I've never even been inside Barclays Center.
I haven't for a sporting event, but excuse me. I don't think I've ever been inside. Yeah.
All right, boys, we got to wrap up this comeback show. I got a baby to take care of.
Oh boy, little
Yeah.
bit Chester. So we'll be back next week, either Wednesday or Thursday. We'll check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/the Power Play. I gotta get active back on the Twitter and the Instagram and
Twitter.
the
Twitter.
But check us out on YouTube. Just search the Power Play Sports Talk Show on YouTube, and it'll come up. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and we'll be doing it this way from now on. Looks like it was pretty good first show. Thank you.
Yeah, not bad.
For joining the show and becoming a New York Ranger fan.
Oh, well, half of that is my pleasure. The other half is unfortunate, but I'll deal with it.
Oh, Jesus. Jared's a Ranger
Jesus.
fan.
We got a new Ranger fan.
I get a Ranger tattoo. Not.
Oh, God.
Fucking not.
You're not
That's
there
pushing
yet.
it.
No, I will never be there.
You got to earn that. You
There's a
got to earn
Jets
that,
tattoo
bro.
going on my body before anything.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I got my Austin tattoo appointment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're flying back to Austin to get the tattoo?
Negative. I'm gonna pay $45 for mine and get it by my artist. But me, my dad, and OJ are all going together. I'm getting mine right up here.
Hey, I paid the same price for this. I don't know if you can see it that well.
Yeah, I saw that on
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, it looks good.
I paid the same price for it.
We're all getting some new ink. I got the last name on my arm now.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
on.
In the Old English.
Yeah.
That's my last one for a while.
all right, boys.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what everybody says.
it was good catching up with you.
All right.
All right, Howard.
We'll talk next week.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'll get with you guys later.
So until next week, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.